Okay, so the way I eliminate the math is I have a two-step process that involves a little bit of memorization. It's pretty easy, and I go in the ebook into great detail on how to memorize this key information. Before I take you through the two-step process, I wanted to show you how I came up with the idea so that, again, it helps you get a better foundation understanding of the system. As I mentioned earlier, I don't want to do all the subtraction and division in my head during the performance. I want to make sure it's accurate. So that's exactly what I did. I took the target numbers that I use from 35 to 100 and I did all the math. I subtracted 34, I divided by 4, and I came up with a remainder, and I put it into this table. So this is what it looks like. If you were to take the example we used before, 71, you can see that sure enough it's in the row of 9. This is the adjusting number of 9, and it's a remainder 1, and that's what we came up with when we did the math, 9 remainder 1. Take 88. It's 13 is the adjusting number, remainder 2, which means if you took 13 and added it to each square with a foundation grid, and also added 2 to the 4 target squares, you end up with a magic square that totals 88. Imagine if you had this table handy while a spectator gave you a target number. You could just look on the table and see the key numbers and start your adding, and you're done. That's the thinking behind this process. We obviously don't want to have the table. You could create a crib someplace that you hide, but it doesn't require too much work to memorize this because you don't have to memorize the entire table. You just have to memorize a couple key numbers, a few key numbers. And here's the thinking behind this. We know a foundation grid totals 34. What happens if I said the target number was 38? It only takes a little bit of thinking to know that 38 is only 4 more than 34. You could do the math and go 38 minus 34 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. That's my adjusting number, and then I add 1 to all 16 squares. You don't need to do that because 38 is so close to 34, you just instantly know that that's only 4 more. If the target number was 35, it doesn't take Harry Lorraine to know that that's 1 more than 34, so you would apply that remainder 1 number to the 4 key squares of the remainder squares and end up having a magic square that totals 35. So when numbers, target numbers, are close to numbers that you already know the outcome for, it doesn't require any math, it just requires a little common sense. And that's the basic idea behind this system, is creating signposts every 4 numbers away that you know in your head, so that whenever a target number is called, you know whether it hits the signpost or it's a little after. It's just like you know 36 is 2 away from 34. I'm creating signposts all along the way within the target number range of 35 to 100. And those are going to be committed to memory so that you instantly are going to be able to tell how far away that target number is from one of the signposts that you already know the outcome for. Now that might sound daunting. You're going to have to memorize 16 numbers and how they relate to adjusting numbers. But it's really simple because there are patterns within this table that make that memorizing very, very basic. And that's what we'll go over next.